soil, yeah, we're royal, and we're teaching in His might. We don't fight for corners, but instead we taking flight. Now we loading up the top. In the worst city, it get litty in Chicago. Not in my house, get on block, always going with a crime. Don't stop there. Yeah, you see us on the media. We be taking trips to reach our people up in India. Since how the haters just be mad at when we do work. See our blueprint all in Africa. Yeah, this Bible had to be told. Damn it, wherever we go, constantly reaching the fold, working in purple and gold. So we're saying bye now, but Lord we'll be back later. Black guy with the forces like we're Darth Vader. All around the whole world like an equator. We taking over the world. When it comes to prophets, we don't play. Reaching Israelites in the four corners every day. Soil, yeah, we're royal, and we teaching in His might. We don't fight for corn, but instead we taking flights. Left the SB lines, now we popping down the gateway. 5 countries by, yeah, we pulling in the same way. Ironic, all us now they brought us to the same place. This ain't live one, but reminds me of the same thing. Ain't this strange? We been up on it, I'm raving the morning, like Benjamin, but I'm up in it, got vengeance up on me, but you know we only by teaching repentance for business, got blood on my fringes, you know how we battle, not calling but vicious, remain on this mission while some lost the vision, cause we get it cracking, what's that, let's get it.
You are now flying.
Drop that naked down on they asses. Me a fish, say we out of bounds. But the rest this place is fine. God got me, I'm on fire. Take the slide, for crystal. We go all around, miles from the crystal. Wake up, fizzle, we go.
All day, in the prophets, we don't play. Reaching Israelites, side corners every day. Breaking soil, yeah, we're royal, and we teaching in His might. We don't fight for corners, but instead we taking flights.
Coast to coast, we do the most, we all off in they shit. Scriptures get their hit and it go when we flip the page. Swing wisdom blade. Cut below us thunder, we build different so we don't fear the same. Get it how you want it, boy, I clean up issues fighting. Ain't with fellow weekends, so my reason for freedom is more than eating this shit we leading. Stop all this evil, no secret spin off of prequels. Defeating this demon's needful. We found it and they found our Nemo. They private, not that primo. They packing but act like Debo. We active but we lack ego. Man, we we IUI in the sea. Revelation chapter 14, verse 12, buddy, would it be? And I'll be damn fat if I'll prophesy for the 12 tribes we gotta reach. Hold the line and don't sleep. Yeah, we fortified. Sword strong, cracker, eat him, demon in his teeth. Vengeance, this here true repentance. Beat him, see. This here pip, fallacies. We live this how we teach. Prophets, we ain't never stop it. Serve the King of Kings. Black and comely, the king is coming, no reservations.
You are now flying.
Sons of God! We gonna take this city. We gonna take the kingdom. We gonna rule them hard. This is war! This is war! This is war!
I'm here for the win, well to get it again. The Lord call it taking the kingdom. Want what's mine? Taking my time, turning and taking your freedom. Risen from the ashes. After the last, call it a beautiful tragedy. We've been on the brink of insanity. It's the end of your days, our calamity. Adding in, grab a friend for the finale. Curtain call on the heathen. We want forever and a day. Why would the pastor lie? Say it's your season. Drop a bomb on them, Hiroshima. Drop a bomb on them, cause need it. Scrub it down, planet need a cleaning. Vagabond gone like I'm dreaming. I wanna see the king on the scene. I'm talking when freedom ring. What you mean? It's epic. I recollect been in debt, selected to be a soldier, and I'm vetted. The heavenly calling on all of my brethren. These demons been doing the most. So we holding the post to the heavenly host. Turn these serial killers to cinnamon toast. Yeah, prophets on the corner.
Let's go to war. Oh, give me my soul. Leave me alone, I'm in the zone. Walk in the building like give me my throne. You want the smoke, then it come to the dome. I take over Texas and make it my home. Skirt, boom, boom, boom. Flying this ship that look just like a cartoon. Boom, boom, boom. Smoke, we got on the moon. Lord, get an order, we move to the tomb. Twin never lacking from Texas to Jackson. We been about action inside being faction. Numbers to make you a fracture. Bible is precept, now that's really mad. That's when they put us on ships. Go with the power, I summon a whip. Don't do no talking, I gave all the options. Now give me my Bible and let it pop it. Shout out to Dallas, boom. Look to the east and then back for the boom. We been up fighting from 12 until noon. Burn a big house and then find all the coons. Let's go to war, 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 bring me my sword, let's go to war, let's go go to war. Let's go to war. Let's go to war. Let's go to war. War. Sword. Let's go to war. War. Let's go to war. Let's go to soldier and officer, teach, reader or flyer, mic and the speaker. I gotta teach him. I cut him, then pass it to deacon. The captain gon' feed him, and bishop gon' lead him. He bleeding for teaming. Your pastor been dancing with demons. He fall like treason. When brothers believing, they turning the leeches. Them times been screeching. Pull up and go one time. No sorter yet. Look at them 4 signs. It's Caesar and Jesus, a kingdom you need to be seeking and looking for your tribe. Judah and Ephraim and Hill. Bible seekers to heal. Bring it close here. Shipping and changing the gear. Breaking and changing on feel. Making it plain and it's clear. Alright. Just around getting the foresight. Seeing the vision from the beginning, but these niggas playing like Fortnite. Gotta repent for real. I want stamp the seal, bearing the sword, the shield. If it's a war, it's a kill. As it is written, you been in the deal. Let's go to war. Let's go to war. Let's go to war. Let's go to war. Bring me my sword. Let's go to war. 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 Sword. Let's go to war. Let's go to war. Let's go to war. Enemies often and scheming. The scripture that we had before. Pull up and hop out.
Come in, not come in. Out their Bible casting down imagination. Come in, out their Bible casting down imagination.
We back.
Bible casting down imagination.
All praise to the Most High. We in the building. That's right. Like we said, casting out imaginations. It's going to be airing Thursdays at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know, we had to get some things together over here on our side. Getting this new setup, a new time going, everything. You know, working with limited members, but trying to do a whole lot. All right.
Trying to do the maximum amount of work.
That's right. Hey, before we get started, man, I'm Captain Zakar to the right.
Hey, Captain Azariah.
Hey, man, donate. Y'all can donate, man. Y'all see it right there, buddy. Oh, this is much better than
right there.
Right donate, man. There. Donate so we can get the profits all over the 4 corners of the earth.
That's right.
All praise to the Most High, man. Hey, we got some stuff to talk about, man. We got some imaginations to cast down. We're gonna be talking about Trump and his wokeness, man. It's a spiritual side to that wokeness that's been talked about throughout the social media these last week or two, maybe. Get that in 2 Corinthians. Let's start out there though. Let everybody know why we call this casting down imaginations. Go ahead.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse 5.
Bring it out.
Casting down imagination.
Start at verse 4 for me.
Verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
So this ain't no physical war that we had. We had a battle, a spiritual battle for the minds of our people. Because what's in the minds of our people? Read verse 5.
Casting down imaginations.
Because imaginations is in the people of mind. You can't defeat that stuff with a weapon. Nah, you need the spiritual word of God to root out those imaginations that our people got about God. Read on.
And every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
That's why we got cast down these imaginations. Our people got a lot of different doctrines in their head that they think is going to be the solution instead of repentance.
Right.
I said it on Clubhouse yesterday because we do have a house on Clubhouse called Biblical Smoke and Upload God Laws. You can check it out.
That's right.
Clubhouse. I said yesterday, man, hey, we can't fix these spiritual problems with worldly solutions. It ain't gonna work.
Not at all.
That ain't gonna work with God. Money, he don't want no money. You can't give him no food. He already said, if I was hungry, I wouldn't even tell you. Your money can't be used in the kingdom of heaven. So, trying voting, that ain't gonna work because I'm the king. So, trying to fix spiritual problems with worldly solutions just ain't gonna work with God. It's gonna take repentance, man. So as we talk about, man, we got some things to talk about. Whole thing going on with Trump, woke, but it's a spiritual side to that, man. It's a spiritual side to it. Let's pull up that first video so we can see what's going on in the world today. Where we at?
Nah, I'm pulling it up.
All right. Bear with us here, y'all. Yeah, let's see what Trump been talking about here.
Museums to talk about the history of our country in a fair manner, not in a woke manner or in a racist manner, which is what many of them, not all of them, but many of them are doing. Our museums have an obligation to represent what happened in our country over the years, good and bad, but what happened over the years in an accurate way.
The idea that the Smithsonian, which was created as an independent entity, should reflect any administration's vision of history and not the vision of the historians and the researchers and the other people who devote their lives to studying these things is more than problematic, I would say. So it's not a shock because we can see what's happening in other arenas, but it is something that's a departure from what should be expected, what is right, actually.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to the words that Trump was using, man. Trump said to teach about what has happened in America is racist. That's what he said. Right. To know black history is racism. That's what he said out of his own mouth. Teaching that woke is racist. Wow. But so this is what you got to realize. Just think about this. I seen this on like a meme or maybe somebody's even shirt or something, man. Somebody said, imagine your history being so jacked up that they ban it from schools.
Damn.
That's
what they're trying to do.
That's what they're trying to do. They ban it from museums. Your history is so jacked up that they ban it from schools and museums. That lets you give me that in Daniel chapter 9. Daniel spoke on that, man. We got to come to that understanding as a people too. Daniel chapter 9, and I want you to read verse 12.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 12. And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil.
That's what happened to us. That's what slavery is. That's what the Jim Crow. That's what segregation. That's what redlining is. That's what police brutality is. That's what colonization is. It is a great evil that God said he would bring upon us if we didn't listen to him. And now we are seeing that great evil's ugly head or face of what it really looks like. I'm glad Trump's in office.
Facts.
Trump for 2028. That's what some Edomites are going around saying. They trying to give Trump a third term.
Facts. They know they are.
They are
Trump trying to get a third.
Trump trying to get a third term. They are so pleased with what he's doing right now. They are already yelling Trump 2028. I like Trump. Why? Because he is the representative of Edom. And if you don't know who Edom is, they tell y'all on TikTok.
Facts.
Edom is the white man in the Bible. That's who
we
he
got
is.
TikTok here. Hey, y'all subscribe, CDI, TikTok. We
pay attention to
pay
it.
attention.
But this is I'm glad that he's there because he's showing he's the head Edomite. He is the representative for all of his people.
No, facts. 100.
He's the president, right? He's supposed to be the highest ranked authority in America. And now and in the world, he is representing all of his constituents' thoughts. He portrays those. I'm glad he's there because he's letting you know who we dealing with. Can you finish out that in Daniel? Yes, Daniel chapter 9, it said, God brought upon us a great evil. Read on.
For under the whole heaven have not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem.
And read the next verse. Watch this.
As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us.
For what reason?
Yet made we not our prayer before the Lord our God, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand thy truth.
Even in the face of seeing all of this great evil that is upon us right now, being spoken out of the head Edomite's mouth, the head white man's mouth, that black history is racist, still black folk ain't gonna open their eyes.
Facts.
Hispanics who are getting deported left and right ain't gonna open their eyes. Haitians that getting deported ain't gonna open their eyes. Everybody in the Caribbean, our brothers and sisters that are from the west coast of Africa ain't gonna open their eyes they still ain't gonna turn and pray unto the Lord that this great evil may cease. We're gonna try to figure out and find ways around it. You know what we're gonna hear next? We're gonna start hearing we need a president to represent us.
Right.
Well, that's what you did with Trump. Remember, Biden wasn't no good for you. You needed somebody else. Trump was your answer to that. Now look what he's doing to you.
Facts.
He done turned around and kicked your the tacos out too. Cause me Trump, Latino for Trump. Black folk, yeah, Trump love.
Hey, that was the funniest thing I seen. I know it was a meme and somebody put it on the back.
Yeah,
I gotta find it where they had the man arrested.
Latinos for Trump.
Latinos for Trump on the back. I'm sorry,
he get deported.
He get deported. Damn,
that's crazy. Yeah, man. So Black History, Trump out his mouth being woke is racist in his eyes. Go to that next video. Go to the next video.
Trump also is attempting to force the Smithsonian to change its museums, exhibits, and operations to reflect his view of American history. NBC News has learned the White House sent a letter to museum officials directing a wide review of 8 of the Smithsonian's 21 museums ahead of America's 250th anniversary. And within 120 days, the White House says the Smithsonian must replace, quote, divisive or ideologically driven language with unifying, historically accurate, and constructive descriptions. This latest letter comes just days after the Smithsonian changed its text on a description of President Trump's impeachment following the January 6th Capitol riot. The new wording has no references to Trump's statement challenging the 2020 election results as being false. Whoa.
I mean, let's be blunt. This is really bad and really, really dangerous. A nation needs to know its history. It has to be honest about its history, to learn from it, to honor it, and also to then...
I had to pause. You know what's funny? He changed information about his impeachment and January 6th and everything that happened with Esau. Esau will speak up and say, oh, man, it's very important that you know your history. But no one's saying anything about the freaking critical race theory that they try to bring into the schools. They trying to erase slavery from the textbooks. You don't hear ain't nobody on, ain't no CNN news report.
No, I want you to know that he's reading off a teleprompter.
Oh, no, for sure he's reading off a teleprompter.
This is not what he truly believes.
No, of course, 100%.
He's told to say this right here.
But the point is, you don't see any news specials that ain't on CNN. You don't see them reading off teleprompters about that.
Yeah,
they only care about history when it benefits them and when it deals with them. When it comes to you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they want to erase all the evil that they did to us. I'm telling you.
Keep reading. I'll keep playing that video.
Then grow and improve for the present and future. There's no way that rewriting a history to fit one president's vision is good for a nation's health or is good.
Hold on. I'm sorry. It's because he's my thoughts in my head is what he's saying. He said it's not good to rewrite history, but you change the image of Christ. Is that not rewriting history?
Yeah.
Is that not rewriting history? I'm telling you, listen, this man is the devil.
Diabolical thing they've done.
This man is the devil. They say that we aren't Jews and that they are. They rewrote history. Man, listen, I'm telling you, this man is the devil.
Good for a nation's democracy. We've already seen the Smithsonian change its impeachment exhibit, because to eliminate the references to President Trump. They've been restored, modified, edited, sanitized some, but at least they're back. But now it seems like that's just the first step to a sweeping revisiting of American history through the Smithsonian's. We already know a little bit about how this president views this issue in his administration. We're seeing.
Give me that in Revelation, because this is you got to look at it with spiritual eyes. We're talking about the spiritual side of being woke. What's going on right here is that America is trying to hide its origins. Yeah, that's what they want to do. They want to hide their origins. Revelation chapter 17. I want you to start at verse 3. Look what God says.
The book of Revelation chapter 17 and verse 3. Come on. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
So that scarlet-colored beast, right? It's a beast there, right? It's red for a reason. That's the kingdom of Edom, all right? And it said it's a woman sitting on top of it. Go ahead.
And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls.
Read.
Having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
Read that woman sitting on top is known as America. It's going to explain it as it goes. Read on.
And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great.
Mystery Babylon the Great. That's the name of this woman sitting on top. That's America sitting on top of all the Edomite kingdoms. As I just said, that America is trying to hide its identity. And that's what God said. This place is Mystery Babylon. It wants you to want people to believe that it became the wealthiest country to get all those precious stones and pearls and a golden cup in their hand through honest work.
In God we trust.
We planted the seeds in the fields of Georgia and became rich from cotton by the hard work of Irishmen.
Right.
That's not the truth. People believe it though. That's why God said this place is Mystery Babylon the Great. It hides its true origins. Keep reading though.
Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
Read.
And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration.
Now, there's two things out of these verses that we gotta dive into. And we gotta dive into how did Babylon the Great get all these precious stones, and how is the blood of the saints and the martyrs of Jesus spilled in Babylon the Great? Well, they're supposed to come from Jerusalem. They're supposed to live in Jerusalem. How are they in Babylon the Great to be killed and Babylon the Great get these precious stones? Give me that in Revelation chapter 18, because it answers it. The next chapter over, Revelation 18, verse 12. How did America, which is Babylon the Great in the Bible, get all these precious stones? Let's see if it was hard work, what God says. Read that.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 12.
Let's go.
The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones.
We just read that. That's what when it said the vision, it saw the woman that had all of this gold and precious stones on her, like a whore. Read.
And of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet.
The scarlet colored beast. Go ahead.
And all thine wood and all manner vessel of ivory and all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble.
These are resources from the earth. That's what we read. We read about resources that come from the earth, but it says that this place Babylon is going to have all of these things. Read the next verse.
And cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beast and sheep and horses and chariots.
And how did Babylon the Great get these precious stones and this gold and all of these resources of the earth? Read.
And slaves.
They got it by how?
And slaves.
They got it through slavery. Read on.
And souls of men.
And destroying the souls of man. Now you know how they got the precious stones and how the martyrs of Jesus and the saints are in Babylon. They were brought here as slaves.
Right.
That's what God's telling you, that the saints of Christ and the martyrs, the prophets, are going to be in Babylon the Great, and they're going to get there by way of slavery.
Right.
And that place is going to prosper off the backs of slaves and destroying the souls of man. That's what we see
That's why
on.
you keep thinking Babylon the Great America is a broke country.
Yeah.
You know, they talk about the national deficit and all that. Now you keep thinking that lie you want to, but I wanted to land back off what you said.
Ahead.
Hey, get Isaiah 47, read verse 1.
You got to wake up, man.
Because you're right. America wants to try to hide or do away with the evil that they did in the earth and how they got their riches and how they became the nation they are today. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
This is going into Esau. We just read about Babylon the Great in Revelation. This is that same nation we're reading about in Isaiah. Read on.
Yep. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of Chaldeans.
Come on.
For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Because that's what they want you to believe.
Yeah.
They want you to believe they this tender, this delicate, this
Honest.
upright, honest nation. And everything they got was through hard work, and they pulled themselves up by their bootstraps. What they say, you pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
We did it.
We didn't know. They want you to believe. That's why they'll go in there and change history. They'll change times and laws and all this to make you believe that America is this righteous nation.
Mm-hmm.
The scripture says, thou shalt be no more called tender and delicate. Watch this. Read on.
Verse 2. Take the millstones and grind mill.
Come on.
Uncover thy locks.
Read.
Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers.
Why is he giving this analogy? Watch this. Read.
Thy nakedness shall be uncovered.
Because thy nakedness will be uncovered. And by you pulling up the dress to the leg and then uncovering the thigh,
seeing it all.
Guess what? You will see that this is that great whore that we read about in Revelations, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots. No, you
That's
ain't
the
a righteous
type of woman that will pull up her shirt,
Right.
dress for anybody.
Right.
That's a harlot.
That is, and it says thy nakedness will be uncovered, meaning all your lies, all your deceits, the evil that you have done, and that's what you see. It's being exposed because the prophets are here to what? To expose those lies, like you read in Thessalonians. Read on.
Right.
Yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Thy what?
Thy shame shall be seen.
Guess what? It's gonna be known. It's gonna be known throughout all the earth that you are that unrighteous, deceptive devil the Bible speaks of.
You are mystery.
You are
Babylon.
mystery Babylon.
You've been trying to hide,
Right.
but the prophets reveal who you was.
That's right.
I didn't have this, but get that in 2 Thessalonians about that. Because they just mentioned about Trump wants to change the history of black people in America in the Smithsonian Museum. They're trying to hide something, right? 2 Thessalonians, pick up at verse 4. 2 Thessalonians 2 and verse 4. Well, verse 3.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 3.
Come on.
Let no man deceive you by any means.
And that's what's happening right now.
Facts.
There's a man that's trying to deceive the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans here in America. Guys, through the Christ, through the mouth of Paul, said, "Let no man deceive you." What better way to deceive people than change their history?
Facts.
Hide their history.
I know we got the video, but you got black people really saying that slavery didn't happen.
Oh man.
that systematic racism is not a real
Hopefully
thing.
We get to that, man. It's crazy. But let
that's
no
deception.
man that's deception to the 10th power. Let no man deceive you. Go ahead.
Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed.
That's what it has to happen. That man of sin is talking about a nation of people. Has to be revealed, right. But the man of sin is fighting back against God to try to hide himself. What is Satan whispering in their ear? Hide the history.
Hide the history.
Change it.
Yep.
Make it more palatable. Make people think it was not as bad as what it really was. Hide it. Read that again, that part, and that who?
For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed.
That man of sin must be revealed, because why? They are trying to hide. The man of sin is trying to hide. Let's go. Did we end that or finish that video right there? I think we did. Let's go to that Trump, the tweet.
Right,
that got everybody up in a stir of what Trump is doing. Let's read that.
I can read it. It says the museums throughout Washington, but all over the country, are essentially the last remaining segment of woke.
Go ahead.
The Smithsonian is out of control, where everything discussed is how horrible our country is, how bad slavery was, and how unaccomplished the downtrodden have been. Nothing about success, nothing about brightness, nothing about the future. We are not going to allow this to happen. And I have instructed my attorneys to go through the museums and start the exact same process that has been done with colleges and universities where tremendous progress has been made. The country cannot be woke because woke is broke. Damn.
That's crazy.
Wow. Woke is broke. We have the hottest country in the world, and we want people to talk about it, including in our museum.
Now, I want you to go to First Maccabees.
And you know what he mean when he say woke is broke?
What?
I mean,
What do you mean?
You black folks ain't ish.
That's what he really means.
That's what he want to say.
That's what I want to say.
Oh man.
All right. Give me that in First Maccabees, I believe it is. Watch this. He said, woke is broke.
Woke is broke.
First Maccabees chapter 1, and I want you to read verse 54 down to 58. Watch this.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 54.
Let's go.
Now the 15th day of the month of Caselu, and in the 145th year, they set up the abomination of desolation upon the altar, and builded idol altars throughout the cities of Judah on every side, and burnt incense at the doors of their houses and in the streets. And when they had rent in pieces the books of the law,
what did they do?
Rent in pieces the books of the law.
That's what they had. That's what they doing now. Instead of actually tearing up the Bible,
right.
What are they doing? They are suppressing the history. They are rent in pieces the books of the law, which is the Bible. Read on.
Which they found. They burnt them with fire.
Instead of burning them with fire, what are they doing? They're hiding it. Put it in the back. Put it in the basement of the Smithsonian so people won't see these things anymore. Right. Read on.
And wheresoever was found with any the book of the testament, or if any consented to the law.
Oh, wait a minute. If anybody was trying to find out what Black history is about, the truth of it, not the watered down version of it, what really happened, how this place got its wealth. Read.
The king's commandment was that they should put him to death.
And they don't kill you right as of right now. You know what they do? They destroy your reputation. Anybody that's trying to speak on behalf of Black history, the truth about it, what do? They destroy your reputation. Look what happened to Kanye. Kanye went out there and said, Black people are out of 12 tribes of Judah. That's what he was saying. What they do? They pressed the button, took his money away. What did when Nick Cannon was trying to say Black people are the original Israelites? What did they do? A $65,000 check and apologize to this white man that dressed up in an old uniform. They made the white man put on the uniform to resemble what it was like in 14 or 40, whatever it was during the World War II.
Wow.
Made him put on that. He ain't put that thing on in 70 years. He was his regular. They said, put it on, and then Nick Cannon, you go apologize to him. That's what happened. Anybody that tries to stand up and really give Black history, they don't put you to death. They'll destroy your reputation right now. All right, hey, go to that.
I just wanted to point something out because you got to understand what he's saying. Right here where he's saying how bad slavery was and how unaccomplished the downtrodden have been. Nothing about success, about brightness, and about the future. America's success was from slavery.
There you go.
So you can't have one without the other. It isn't like they got successful by coming over here and doing things themselves. No, slavery.
Yep.
Basically, free work, free labor.
Yep.
Is how they got their resources, how they got their success. But he wants to basically do away with that. Wipe it out so that, guess what? We can stop talking about it. Because you understand this is war.
That's what he wants.
That's what this is. This isn't a direct attack at the Spirit of God that is going through the earth.
Yes.
Because think about it. If you get rid of slavery, that right there, now we got to carry books. We got to do certain things. Because if you get rid of slavery, now Deuteronomy 28 chapter in his mind, okay, they ain't got nothing to stand on because now we don't teach slavery. Slavery didn't happen no more. I'm telling you. Hey, watch. I want to get a scripture. Get Revelations 12. Read verse 15. Because this is what you see.
The book of Revelations, chapter 12 and verse 15.
And guess what? Many of our people will get swept up by this nonsense.
Yep.
Many of our people.
And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman.
After the woman. That water as a flood is talking about his lies, his philosophies. This is a part of it.
Yep.
Saying slavery didn't exist. Now we want to get
it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. We want to take it out of the schools, out of the colleges, out of the museums. Read on.
That he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
Because America wants many of our people to stay asleep, not woke as they call it.
Go.
They want them to stay asleep. So these are tactics that they use to keep our people destroyed. Read on.
And the earth helped the woman.
But here's the kicker. The earth, let's talk about the Bible. The Bible helped the woman. The understanding of the Bible, being able to go through these scriptures to know and see, okay, yeah, this man is a demon. This man is the devil. He's deceiving us. Read.
And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood.
That's what they don't realize. Guess what? This Bible is going to swallow up all them lies that they trying to push. And this is one of them.
That's right. Let's go to that next. I think we got another video because black folk, they showed black folk this tweet that he had. Now, I want you to pay attention to the black people. You know, they always try to throw white people in there. You can see it's a black reporter. They always try to get white folks' thoughts on this because, you know, try to be politically correct.
It says Smithsonian visitors react to Trump's criticism that museums are too woke.
Now, this is black people reading the tweet. Now, watch what they say. Pay attention to what the black people say.
Huh? You see it, right?
He dead serious too.
He's literally.
It's caps.
I don't think I can comment without cussing. It's just horrible.
I'm very because I can read. Yeah, I can read, but this don't look. I have to keep rereading it because this isn't a joke.
It's beyond disappointing. It's depressing. But to have the President of the United States saying something like this, it's just unconscionable.
It's not.
Man, he was only saying that because he was on
no,
news.
no, don't worry about him. We
A
ain't
shocker, to be honest with you.
Pause.
I didn't know.
You hear what? Yeah. See, this is what black folk. This is what all of us know, and this is what all of us deny as we walk around in the land of our enemies. We have to deny what we actually know.
Yep.
To keep, for one, to keep from going crazy. And so you don't walk around looking like the angry black man or the black woman all the time. This is really not a surprise. So you know what that means? That we walk around, we know what these people feel about us. But yet, when we open our mouth to say the politically correct thing, we'll say, oh, not all of them is bad.
Not all.
Well, that's the head honcho of Edom right there. The President Trump is the head HNIE in charge. I guess it's
HNIE.
Yeah, I don't know. Head Edomite in charge.
No, the HCE.
HCE.
I don't want to say it.
He's the head Edomite in charge.
But he, yeah.
Black folk know that. That's why they said it's not a surprise. We all got this going on in our mind, these thoughts of what we see. We just afraid to say it. That's why the Spirit of God got to come upon us to give us that courage to be bold as a lion, to speak the truth of what we know. Play that video, finish it out.
So he had like that much hate towards us though.
Pause.
Or even like our
black folk be shocked. You be shocked about how much hatred they got toward us.
Right.
You want to deny it. You hear it come out of their mouth. You see it in the practices. You see it in the institutions. And then you say, I'm shocked because they say hi to you walking by or whatever.
That's why they show those other Edomites in the clips, and they're like, oh, I'm just so appalled, and that a president would speak like that.
Yeah.
And now that's got black people confused that somebody like that would talk. Y'all forget who this man, not 100 years ago, was just putting burning crosses outside of black people's homes.
Yeah.
Was lynching to this day.
60 years ago, they bombed the church and killed 2-3 little girls.
This day, they still hold rallies in Pulaski, Tennessee. I know because I've seen them. Where they shut down the square and they go out there in their little hoods and they march around.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, to this day.
To this day. Go ahead, finish playing that. Just pay attention to what the black folks say.
that's kind of messed up.
think people who approved of Trump even thought that he was even going to do anything like this.
Yeah, they did.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they just want you to believe that they didn't.
I mean, this is one of the greatest things about DC is the museums. I mean, woke. I mean, what does that mean? Like, slavery didn't exist? Like, I mean, I don't get it.
He don't want people to see the true colors. Talking about we woke, saying woke is broke.
There you go. He don't want people to see their true colors.
The museum this afternoon has been absolutely educational in ways that I just simply have never understood before. So for me, it was in cultural enlightenment and humanitarian enlightenment. Very
pause. I wanted to pause on him because when you hear, don't get it twisted, when you hear Esau speak against that, it's not for the same reasons Black people speak against it. He let you know right there. He said it was culturally enlightening and humanitarian enlightening, meaning they like seeing about the history of them destroying you. They like that. That makes them feel good about themselves to be able to see, yeah, my forefathers did that. My forefathers, this is where we came from. So don't get it twisted thinking that they feel or are upset for the same reasons that you are, Black people. Because you'll hear that and get confused and get deceived. Oh, he's a good Edomite. Yeah. No. They want to see it because it reminds them of how they had us in slavery. It reminds them of your place and their place.
Yep. Go back to it.
important kind of institution as far as I'm concerned.
Did he ever actually visit the museum, or did he actually ever
you
like
can cut it
come
right
look
there because he been there before. But Black folk be shocked at when they reveal their true colors. They put on a mask to get your vote, and then once they get in there, they're man, we ain't worried about them. Hey, let's I gotta represent my constituents. Let's do all this stuff that we had planned.
Yep, that's exactly. Yep.
Let's do everything that we had planned. Go to that next video. They talking about
now
Trump.
to President Trump declaring he's ordered a review of the Smithsonian museums and the American history on display. The president targeting what he calls woke exhibits, saying museums should focus more on America's, quote, brightness and not on, quote, how bad slavery was. Here's ABC's chief Washington correspondent, John Carl.
Tonight, President Trump announced he has instructed his lawyers to scour through America's museums to rid them of exhibits he calls woke. Specifically, Trump cited the Smithsonian museums, saying they are, quote, out of control, where everything discussed is how horrible our country is, how bad slavery was, and how unaccomplished the downtrodden have been. Back in March, the president signed an executive order directing the Smithsonian Institution, which runs.
See, don't y'all realize this is an age-old tactic of the slave masters of what they used to do back in the day? Whenever people would visit the big house of the slaves, what did they do with the slaves? Dress them up, clean them up, and make them come out and dance for them. Look how good, look at how good I treat my slave. Look at it. God, look what you talking about is bad right here. What's better than here? Look at this. I feed them, I clothe them. Look at them. I take care of my slaves. That's what they want the world to see about Black people here in America. The slaves that are still here. Yeah, we did wrong, but look at how good we treat them now.
Right.
Look at how good they doing now.
Hey, because you know what's coming next, because he started with the Smithsonian's. Just know all the little civil rights museums we have, all that that's included. Because I had to look it up. The National Civil Rights Museum, it's not a Smithsonian museum, but it is an affiliate of the Smithsonian Network, the institution of networks. So no, he coming for all of that.
Exactly right. All of them, man. Hey, give me that image. It's an image about woke. Now, see, we're gonna pull out some history. I know we don't more than research this type stuff, and jack us up a lot of time. But let me show you where woke actually come from. Can you read that for us? Can you see it?
No, sir. I can read it. It says woke is a term that has evolved from its origins in African American vernacular.
Wait a minute. Black folk created the term woke. That term comes from Black folk. Wait
That's why
a minute.
he said
the country that woke
Negroes is broke. That's what he said. black folks is broke.
Man, we ain't trying to hear that black stuff no more.
Exactly what he was saying.
Now, for a time, the LGBT community tried to steal that term.
Yes.
But you never, like they did with God's rainbow, they stole that too. But you never know. People don't know where a lot of these terms come from. Woke come from black folk talking to each other.
Right.
Woke is a African American vernacular from English. Read on.
To become a widely used and often contested term. Initially, it signified an awareness of racial prejudice and discrimination. You often used in the phrase "stay woke."
Stay woke was the term. Black folk, we coined that. I think it's another image that I got on here. Woke originates from black folk, just like the term that you have let white people hijack, just like Trump has hijacked, or let me say Caucasians. How Trump and his constituents hijacked the term woke.
Right.
They also hijacked the term black fatigue. Go to that next image that's on there. Yeah. Nah. Is that it? Yeah, black fatigue.
Black
That's
fatigue.
it.
Yeah.
Black fatigue.
The emotional and psychological toll of racism. Black fatigue, also known as racial battle fatigue, refers to the emotional, physical, and generational exhaustion experienced by black people due to the constant stress of navigating systemic racism.
Now, what did we let Caucasians do? We let them take another one of our terms and flip it and use it against us.
Yep.
They flip woke and use it against you to deny you your history.
And black fatigue.
And they flip black fatigue about the racism we experience and where you just tired of it. Well, how many times you done heard black folks say, man, I'm just tired, man, trying to get by.
Yeah.
They took the term black fatigue and flipped it to use it to say, you
tired of
Negroes
you.
ain't nothing. We tired of you.
We tired of you.
We came up with the term black fatigue. We came up with the term woke, and we let Caucasians hijack it like they steal everything in history. Go to the next image to show who came up with black fatigue.
Boom.
The black woman.
Mary Frances Winters.
She came up with the Mary Frances Winters is the woman that coined the term black fatigue back in the early 2000s. Wow. She coined that term, wrote a whole book about it. And what happened in 2025? We let Caucasians take what we created in our oppression, take it from us and use it against us.
And even the Bible says how racism erodes the mind, body, and spirit.
The mind, body, and spirit. And now they took it and flipped it and used it against us. The same way he's using woke, took it, flipped it to use it against us. We don't want to know about that black history no more.
Right.
Woke is broke. We want y'all sleep. Give me that next image about it. Look what black fatigue really is. This is what they're really saying. Read that for us.
Black fatigue has become a racist punchline online.
That's that. Hey, every time. Go to the comments on Instagram. Go to the comments on TikTok of black videos of people that are acting ignorantly. Because all black folk don't act like this. But black folk that are acting ignorantly, you will see 1,000 comments of Caucasian Edomites, what God called them in the Bible, of you saying black fatigue is real. Black fatigue, another one. What are they saying? This is them. That's their new way of calling you an N-word. We on TikTok, so we got I got our TikTok moderator sitting next to us here. He is reminding me every time I can't say what I want to say. It's good. We got to put him up here all the time. We might last on TikTok, man. But it's good so far. Now read the fine print up under that title. It says the term.
Oh, he got you. The term coined by author Mary Frances Winters.
That's who we just saw with the book. Go ahead.
To address the physical harm of white supremacy has been hijacked.
They stole it like they stole everything else in history. They done stole what woke mean. Us to stay woke and fight against the oppression. They done stole the term black fatigue. Us being spiritually and mentally fatigued of having to code switch, put on a different face when we around them. You can't be yourself. You can't say what you want to.
Right.
You got to bottle it up, and now they use it to call you Negroes online. And you know what I mean when I say Negroes. They use that to call you that online now. It's become a racist term that they use. Can we go back to the one up under that, the next one right there? Woke. I'm gonna read this real quick. It says here, woke originates from African American vernacular English with roots tracing back to the 1930s. See, that's why they don't want the Israelites to come on their shows. That's why they do not want us to go mainstream public for millions of people to see us all at one time. Because if you give just one of us 5 minutes with 5 million people watching, we will turn this world upside down. That quick, we will expose everything that this man of sin has stole from us. That came from black folk in the 1930s or earlier, signifying awareness of racial prejudice and discrimination. Well, Trump don't want the world to be woke.
Aware, right.
He don't want them to see the racial prejudice and discrimination that America was built off of no more. They want you to see the good parts. They want you to see the candy that we gave them, all the jobs. Look at them. We put clothes on their back now. We gave them cars, and now they can vote for white folk. We gave them that. It says the phrase "stay woke" was used as a warning to be vigilant against injustice and violence. Marcus Garvey called to wake up in the early 20th century, and Lead Belly's song, Scott Burroughs' Boys in 1930 are examples of earlier calls for awareness and action related to social justice issues. You know what this means? Black folk, even since you got the right to vote, you still been fighting. For what? Equality, for justice. You still been fighting for it.
Right.
Ain't none of that stuff never worked. Even back in the 1930s, we was telling people, stay woke. Stay woke, brother. Stay woke, brother.
Stay woke.
We were stay woke, brother. Woke. We was doing that. That voting stuff don't work. But it's been a cry of black people, not even since the 1930s, in ancient times. Give me that in Romans chapter 13. Watch this. The stay woke cry that Trump wants black folk to go back to sleep and not learn their histories.
Exactly.
That been a cry of black people since ancient times. Romans chapter 13, verse 11.
The book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. Bring it out. And that time.
You can drop it.
Knowing the time that now is high time to awake out of sleep.
Stay woke, brother.
Right.
Paul been saying that.
Awake.
For
Wake
ancient
up.
times. This is when black people, which we are the Israelites in the Bible, we've been saying that since the white man been oppressing us. When we lived in Rome, because what book we read it again? Call it again.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11.
We was living in Rome under the rulership of Caesars like Trump, and Paul was going around and saying, stay woke, brother. It's past time that you done been woke up. They trying to keep you asleep. They trying to hide your history. Stay woke, brother. Paul was saying that way back when. And then even before Paul, God been prophesied for us to wake up because he knew we would be asleep.
Oh, I want to land back off. Hey, get Isaiah 52.
There you go.
Verse 1.
That's it.
Isaiah 52, read
God
verse 1.
been calling for us to wake up. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 52 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Awake, stay woke.
There you go.
Wake up.
God been saying that.
God been saying wake up, because that was the term woke. It was saying awareness of the discrimination, the injustice, the affliction that the Bible calls it our people. Because right here, Isaiah is saying, awake, read.
Put on thy strength.
Put on thy strength. Our strength is the Bible. Right. That's what he's telling you. Put on your strength, the Bible. Why is he telling them to wake up? Jump over back to chapter 51.
Bring it up.
Read verse 20. Read verse 23. Really, you can start up, but we'll get to the point. Read verse 23.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 51 and verse 23.
Come on.
But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee.
Because we are in the hand of those that have afflicted us. This America of Babylon the Great, we have been afflicted. That's your discrimination. That's your social injustice. That's your slavery. We have been afflicted, read.
Which have said to thy soul, Bow down.
And guess what? At any moment, they say to our soul, bow down.
That's what it's talking
Black
about. The
fatigue,
history.
bow down. We tired of you. Be quiet.
We tired of your change
Shut up. Change the museums. Bow down. That's what they say.
Damn.
Read on.
That we may go over.
So they can continue to walk over us. That's why they want to hide your history. They want to take it out of the museum so they can keep us oppressed and at the bottom of society. Read on.
And thou hast laid thy body as the ground.
And many of us do what? We lay our body as the ground.
You know what? You know how we lay our body as the ground? Man, don't nobody care about that. That's old.
That's old.
That's you laying down so they can walk all over you.
Or I don't experience systematic oppression. That never happened to me.
Good point.
You know what? I ain't never experienced slavery.
Yeah.
No one, I heard another on that dumb video. I know we got videos for it. No one on the earth is alive today that was slave owners or slaves. We have made our body as the ground. Read on.
And as the street to them that went over.
To them that went over. Who's the them? Our oppressors, those that afflict us. Now watch this, read.
Awake.
So Isaiah said, wake up. Stay woke. Read.
Awake. Put on thy strength, O Zion.
Because that's what they don't want. That's why they do all this, to keep us from waking up to who we truly are. Because think about it. If we have awareness for discrimination, we have awareness for the social injustices that this country has done to us as a nation of people, all that you need is Deuteronomy 28 chapter to put 2 and 2 together. To be like, dang, that did happen to us. Dang, that's in the Bible. Dang, I am an Israelite. But they don't want that. That's why Isaiah is saying, wake up.
Wake up. Wake up. That's been an ancient war cry of the Israelites under oppression for centuries, millennia. We've been saying, wake up, folks. We out here sleep, man. Walking around like everything is all good around us just because we got some food and water. Man, you know your slave master provides you with that.
Stockholm syndrome.
I don't care where it come from as long as I get it. Man, you don't want your own? All right, man, you asking for too much right there, man. Feed myself, drink my water. My own water? You asking for
get my own water,
my own clothes, build my own houses and cars, man. You're asking, you talking about us ruling the world? You're asking for too much, man. Stay sleeping.
Stay sleeping.
No, man, God want us to wake up. Wake up. Go to that next video. Go to that next video. Now, this ain't the only history they stole. Wait a minute, pause it real quick. Run it back a little bit. Because that ain't the only history they stole. They stole woke, which is a black term going way back millennials. They also stole black fatigue, which is in the early 2000s that a black woman coined that term and even wrote a book about it. That ain't the only history that they have stole. Look at this. I found this doing some research for the show. Look what else they stole. Play that for them.
I don't fuck with the kumbaya shit. Peace. Kumbaya doesn't mean what you think it means. If you think it means being conciliatory, docile, to reconcile and have a coconut smile with your oppressors, your enemies, the ops. You've been bamboozled, hoodwinked, run amok. You didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on you. Word to Malcolm X. The word kumbaya came from a phrase, a lyric from the Gullah Geechee song Come By Here that was sung by Gullah Geechee people.
95% of black people do not know where kumbaya came from. No. It came from your ancestors, the Gullah Geechee that lived in South Carolina. The way they talk, they mistook it for kumbaya. Now watch this. He's going to explain it. Go ahead.
People in bondage. It was a song of liberation that called on a higher power. But kumbaya was not just a song, but a signal.
A song of liberation to call upon a higher power. Kumbaya is going to tell you what it's really saying. Go ahead.
For plans of escape, rebellion. So fast forward to 1926, when H. Wiley, a Gullah Geechee man, was recorded by folklorist Robert Winslow Gordon. Gordon recorded.
White man recorded him singing this song. You think he got any money off of that song?
Oh, no.
You think he got paid for that song that white man recorded of him? No, he didn't.
Every campfire song across America has been singing this, and they got a white man in their mind.
Straight up. Ain't none of them royalties going to his family. I guarantee you. Run it back a little bit so they can see the title of them.
Plans of Escape, Rebellion. So fast forward to 1926, when H. Wiley, a Gullah Geechee man, was recorded by folklorist Robert
Right there. You think he gave any royalties to the descendants of his family, of the black man that sung this song?
Not at all.
They stole it, just like they stole majority of history and made it up too. I should have played that video. I don't know if we got time. They make up their heroes. They don't have any, y'all. It's made up. We might play it.
I gotta get a scripture.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
To
I'm
Micah
gonna
3.
get that video, man.
Go to Micah 3, read verse 1. Y'all gonna learn that Esau, Edom,
is the devil.
We need Yawan to cut all that. We need that sound bite. He is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He is a liar and a thief in the earth. Read it.
The book of Micah chapter 3.
Nahum chapter 3, verse 1.
The book of Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Woe to the bloody city.
It says, woe to the bloody city. America is that bloody city. Off the backs of slaves. And we read in Revelation 17, full of the blood of the martyrs of Jesus Christ and the saints. This is a bloody city founded on murder. Read on.
Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies.
It is all full of what?
All full of lies.
This place is full of lies. Read.
And robbery.
Everything. They lie about everything and they steal everything. Just like they steal your history. Think about during the time of slavery when they stole us and took us from the coast of Africa and brought us over here. Killed most of us and got free labor off of us. Many of our people invented a lot of things during that time. Guess what they did? They stole it, took it, and profited off of it. Just like you're seeing right here, something as simple as kumbaya. They steal everything.
And
Understand that.
And profited from it.
Profited off of it. I seen something too. The maker of Jack Daniels. The whiskey. What was it called? The person who invented
it was a black
Jack
man.
Daniels was a black man. They made their own whiskey line, and now they trying to take that now too. They under fire suit. Dang, I forgot the name of it. If somebody know the name of it, put it in the comments. But the point is, they steal everything. They rob. This is a place full of lies. And Uncle Nearest. They are full of lies and robberies. Understand that.
Go back to that video.
Winslow Gordon. Gordon recorded the title of the song Come By Here phonetically as he heard it sung in H. Wiley's Gullah Geechee accent. Kumbaya.
Pause it. Man, this is I'm so glad we got this, man. This is heavy. Our people, we was calling on the Lord, even during our oppression. Kumbaya. Right. Swing low, sweet chariot. That's why it's a book that another Caucasian woman wrote. It said that black slaves in America, they didn't never sing about the Nile River.
Oh, no.
About no lands in Africa. They were always singing songs about Jerusalem, about Israel. How is that so when we was outlawed from reading the Bible?
Right.
How we know those things? We couldn't read the Bible, y'all. All they told us was slaves obey your master. That's what we heard over and over again. Love your enemies. God so loved the world. We kept hearing that repetitively. How we singing songs about swing low, sweet chariot?
Because they want you
to believe.
It was
in our soul, man.
They want you to believe that we were monkeys swinging on trees whenever they picked us up.
Yeah.
And we had no type of civilization, no type of culture, no type of...
Or the first generation that came over here didn't remember who they were.
Because remember, they took kings, priests, carpenters, smith workers. They took the best of us, but they want you to believe that we were uncivilized Negroes swinging on trees in Africa. No. That's why when we came over here, we sung songs about Jerusalem. We knew where we came from, but over a process of time, they beat it out of us.
They did what Trump did.
Exactly.
Took away our history, didn't teach it to us, wouldn't allow us to even learn it ourselves. And then what happens? Oh man, we ain't nothing ever happened to us, man. What you talking about? That's their history. Oh, King James was white, everybody white. What you talking about, man? God black, you a lie? No, man, it ain't what they stole it. Finish out that video.
Somebody needs your Lord, come by here. Oh Lord, come by here.
While the song Kumbaya never lost its meaning within the Gullah Geechee community, outside of the Gullah Geechee community, it was hijacked, whitewashed by white folk singers of the day, most notably Pete Seeger, and it became a camp song, a song that white people associated with fun times. Only in recent years has the Gullah Geechee origin of Kumbaya been restored, but in many minds the damage has been done. It is still whitewashed as something weak.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I knew it was the reason why I ain't like that song growing up. In the little campfires and stuff like that, because they stole it. Yep. I knew something wasn't right in my spirit
Like,
when they
ain't
were
supposed to be singing this.
Can't stand this
Kumbaya, kumbaya, y'all no, God ain't y'all people.
Right.
Kumbaya, man. We could drop that video. Like I said, they stole history, man. Let's go to that next one though. I think it's about Trump.
The museums to talk about the history of our country in a fair manner, not in a woke
We saw that one.
or
Okay,
a
we saw that one. Let's
manner,
go to the
which
next
is
one.
Straight white Christian
Now,
married
pause real quick.
suburban mom.
I wanted to set this up because it's why do you think that Trump is saying those things? Who he's speaking for? Is it for the betterment of the nation of America that he's the president over? Is he saying that because he wants all people to feel welcomed here? The reason why he's talking about Black history in these museums is racist. He ain't speaking on behalf of Black Americans or Hispanics. He ain't speaking on behalf of you. He's speaking on behalf of Christian, married, suburban, white men and women.
Right.
Although Black people and Hispanics came out in record numbers and voted for him, as soon as he got in office, deport them, take away Black folk history.
Yep.
He's not working in the White House to secure a better future for Black people at all. Wow. Wake up!
Didn't a bill or something just pass to deport thousands of Haitians and
thousands of them, man,
back to their land?
Back to the islands.
Back to the islands. Listen, I'm telling you.
Watch this, man. Play this. Listen to her.
I am a straight, white, Christian, married, suburban mom who knows that the very notion that learning about slavery or redlining or systemic racism somehow means that children are being taught to feel bad or hate themselves because they are white is absolute nonsense. No child alive today is responsible for slavery. No one in this room is responsible for slavery, but each and every single one of us bears responsibility for writing the next chapter of history. People who are different.
Zamar, Lamentations 4.
So you'll hear them say that. They'll say no one alive is responsible. No one here now is responsible for slavery. Our children. But they leave out the part of you are still reaping the benefits.
You reap benefits from it, though.
From slavery.
Yep.
You are still reaping the benefits from redlining.
Yep.
Think about redlining. Y'all are in the best. They would keep certain people out of neighborhoods. And now y'all are still reaping the benefits of all of that. They fail to mention that stuff.
Yeah.
You're reaping the benefits from all these things, even though, okay, no one alive directly owns
right. You don't
slaves.
live that long. If you could live that long, they would have kept
They
you
would
as slaves.
have kept you as slaves.
And don't think they didn't pass down the mentality of that, although they're not under your control by arm's length, remember, you are still better than them. They're still your slaves on the loose. That's what they think.
Because we're starting to learn about this stuff now about trust and living trust and things of that nature as Black people. But understand, white America has had that stuff in the play since slavery. Mm-hmm. There are Caucasians, Edomites, that have been dead for 200 years that still have power today based off these trusts. That's why I said you're still reaping the benefits of what your forefathers did to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So don't be deceived by that, because they'll say, oh, we're responsible for writing the next chapter. And they're gonna continue to write the chapter where they benefit off slavery.
Yep, exactly right. Give me that in Lamentations 4, verse 17. Look what God says in Lamentations 4, verse 17.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
Our eyes have failed for our vain help, our worthless help. Read on.
And our watching we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
You know what that means? Negro, your vote didn't count.
Right, right.
That's what God is letting you know. When you voted for this nation, for these presidents, God's letting you know every time you vote, it don't count. Trump used you, blacks and Hispanics. He used you, Israelites, just like ancient Egypt used the Israelites to build their empire. Babylon used the Israelites. Persians used the Israelites. Romans and the Greeks used the Israelites to build their empire. It's the same thing white folk are doing today in America. Your vote will never count in here. Read it again for them, thus saith the Lord.
As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. And our watching we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
This nation can't save you, guys, because when you going to stop putting trust in this nation and turn to God? When you going to recognize that he is the way? Give me that. Matter of fact, it just hit me. Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15. Yes. When we going to realize that as a people, that it ain't the nation that is going to save us. No government is going to save us. It's only God, the Lord our God, Jesus the Christ. Let's read it for him. Hosea chapter 5 and verse 15. Let me get there too. Hosea 5 verse 15. Right after Daniel.
The book of Hosea, chapter 5 and verse 15.
That's what
I will go and return to my place.
God said, I'm going back to where I live. You stay down here. I'm going back to where I live. Read on.
Till they acknowledge their offense.
God said you got to admit the wrongdoings. You got to hold yourself accountable is what God said.
Right.
Not to the world, but to me. You got to hold yourself accountable of what you've done to me. Read on.
And seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
Read the next chapter and the next verse. We're supposed to seek God. Seek him in our times of affliction. Read.
Chapter 6, verse 1. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he hath torn and he will heal us.
He has torn. We've been to slavery has torn us apart as a nation. We are divided. But we got it within America. You got people who say they African American. I'm Moor. I am Native. I'm a foundational Black American now. And then outside the states, you got Nigerians and Ghanaians and Sierra Leoneans. They are turned against their brothers that are here in America. You got Black people in the islands. I'm Jamaican. I'm not Black American. I'm Haitian. I ain't Black.
Right.
You got what are the Dominicans?
Yeah.
Darkest Black folk here in America. Me no Black.
Me no Black.
How does what's his name say that? Me no Black. Me no Black.
I had a dude I worked with. He was from Cuba, Vanessa, and he was black. He was black as this microphone.
Dang.
And he would get upset if you called him a nigga. He would get upset. Yeah, I'm not black.
What's his name, y'all? Put it in the chat. Godfrey. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh damn. Me no black.
Me no Black.
Yeah, because they try to separate themselves, but we the same people.
Yep. That's what it says, man. We have been torn apart as a nation, but it says what? Once he tears us apart, what's he say he gonna do?
And he will heal us.
He said he gonna heal us. Read the next part.
He has smitten, and he will bind us up.
He said although that we have been separated and torn apart, he said he'll put us back together if we just acknowledge our offense. If we just return unto him and ask forgiveness of our sins and keep the commandments, he said, I'll put you all back together again where you'll be the strongest thing. You'll be my battle axe once again on the face of this earth.
And you know what's good about our people being affliction? That's why the stuff you seeing, it pisses you off, but it's good for our people.
Yeah, we bring it out so they can see it.
Because our people have to be afflicted to what? To see. Get that in Psalms 119, 71?
Yep, you read it. You
Psalms 119, verse 71.
All right, you look there. I already did. We're just going in the spirit. I got it up there for you. Psalm 119, 71. And I think it's verse 67 and 71. Yeah.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 67.
Let's go.
Before I was afflicted, I went astray. But now have I kept thy word.
Now have I kept thy word. Watch this. Read verse 71.
Verse 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted.
It's good for our people to be afflicted. And it's only going to get worse.
Yep.
Read on.
That I might learn thy statutes.
Because it's going to cause our people to learn God's statutes.
That's right.
Because understand, give me Wisdom of Solomon 18 as well. Wisdom of Solomon 18, verse 7. Because when we're afflicted, because right now our people, we don't know who our enemy is. We are confused on who we think our enemy is. Pookie down the corner or Pookie around the street, if you ask our people. But you see the things that Trump is doing is going to cause our people to be afflicted. And now they're going to really start to understand who the enemy is and come back to God's laws. Read that. Wisdom of Solomon 18.
Verse 12.
Verse 7.
Verse 7.
Is it verse 7?
Yes, what you said. Let's see.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, verse 7.
Come on.
So if thy people,
Yeah, that's it.
So if thy people was accepted,
because our people are going to have to accept,
both the salvation of the righteous.
Because our people want to be saved, they want to be salvation, but they ain't going about it the right way. Watch this. It says both was accepted of the people, the salvation of the righteous. Read.
And the destruction of the
our
enemies.
People have to accept that our enemy is going to be destroyed.
Yes.
But right now they don't know who the enemy is.
Nope.
But in their affliction, they're going to seek God's face. They're going to learn his statutes, and they're going to understand and accept who the enemy
that's
is.
a good point that you said, that we don't know who the enemy is. That's the reason why they are trying to hide the history.
No, facts.
Because when you go to those museums, you want to come out there and know, man, this white man's the devil.
Yeah.
You go, that's the spiritually blacks and Hispanics, Native Indians. When we come out of a museum that shows the history of the what they call minorities, the blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, the Israelites, you are going to leave there with one thought in your mind. These white folk is the devil.
It's the devil, right.
And you're going to automatically know that's the enemy.
Yep.
And then you know what, you're gonna start picking up on modern day cues of the what you call it, the passive aggressiveness, the microaggressions that they have, and you're gonna automatically start thinking, man, this is who they are. Look at them. But when they remove that from your thought pattern, you start individualizing them. Man, he ain't that. Oh, see, that's him. He's like that. No, man, they all like that. It's just maybe it's something that's hanging over their head to keep them from expressing how they truly feel. It might be a job. It might be them on social. But you see what they do now? They hide behind social media. I want to point this out. You think that those racist guerrilla AI images of black women that you've been seeing online, you think those come from black women and black men that are making racist AI images of black women looking like gorillas with blonde wigs on? You think those black folk that are making those? No, them's white people that's hiding behind AI where they can expose how they really feel about you. That ain't us doing that.
We had played a video on Mic'd Up. The guy that was he got into a police chase and jumped out and caught on fire. He got caught on fire.
Oh, yeah, the young boy that died.
I went into the comments, and when you, like, to your point of they hide behind social media, all you had was Edomites in the comments talking about, good, another one gone. Oh, I bet you did. All that. Yeah, burn, Negro burn. All throughout the comments. I'm telling you, they hide behind social media now. Because don't get it twisted. None of them have changed. It's still there. No. I get that. Stay in Wisdom of Solomon, jump over. Chapter 12, read verse 10. Because I'm telling you, any of them that get on there and try to say, oh, you know, I'm for black people and it's crazy what Trump's doing. Just know if they pass a bill to allow slavery, just know they going to be for it.
And let me say this before you read the scripture. I'm glad you brought that point out, because as they want to say, everybody didn't have slaves back in the 1800s, 1600s. Everybody wasn't a slave owner. Stop grouping them all together. You know what? Everybody didn't have slaves, but you damn well better believe that all white people benefited from it.
Facts.
They did not turn down the free labor that those black people was handed out from their masters towards you.
Exactly.
Whenever you visit a big house, make sure you make up their bed, give them some food, rub their feet, carry them so they don't gotta walk. None of them said slavery's wrong. We don't want this. You know what they said? They propped up their feet. yeah, carry me, nigga. Thank you. Go ahead.
And that's what people, because you notice what they don't do. They ain't made slave movies like that in a while. It's been a few years. But when you watch them, pay attention, because what people fail to realize, you might on paper documented there might have been one slave owner, the father or the grandfather, but all the family benefited from it. When you watch those movies, them big houses, they be having like 20, 30 rooms in them.
What was that movie? Django
was one. Candyland. There was like 30 rooms.
The sister.
The sister, the cousins, the brother. Man, Think about when in the fighting scene, how many Edomites came through that door that he was shooting. They all lived at that plantation.
Good point, man.
Only reason I say that because if you ain't never toured a plantation, they're huge. It'd be like 20, 30. I live right across the street from a plantation. And they used to take us in to tour the plantation. Esau would go and they would tell them how we did this and we had Negroes and slaves over here and Indians over there. I just happened to be a part of those tours. But those houses are huge. It'd be like 20, 30 rooms in there, and the whole family, from cousins to brothers to aunts, everybody lived there.
And that one, the white man that owned the 10 slaves that were there, the cousin, the auntie
benefited from
it. The grandma, the 10 slaves served everybody in the house.
Everybody in
and nobody said this is wrong.
Nope.
So that'd be the same way right now, that if they put it back in there, man, they will gladly take that upon themselves again. Don't let them fool you. Go ahead, read that script.
Wisdom
of Solomon
12 and 10.
12 and 10. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, verse 10.
Let's go.
But executing thy judgments upon them by little and little, thou gavest them place of repentance.
Come on.
Not being ignorant that they were a naughty generation.
This is a naughty generation. Esau is a naughty generation.
Always been one.
And always been one. Watch this, read.
And that their malice was bred in them.
And guess what? Their hatred, their malice for you is bred in them. When they come out the womb, they hate Negroes. Read on.
And that their cogitation would never be changed.
And guess what? Their mentality will never be changed. It don't matter how many black friends. That's what they say. Well, I got black friends. It don't matter how many they got. It don't matter. Their cogitation will not be changed. Watch this, read.
For it was a cursed seed from the beginning.
This was a cursed seed from the beginning. So stop thinking you can change Esau. Stop thinking you can change Caucasian.
I'm gonna love them. I'm gonna love them to change. I'm gonna bring them to Jesus Christ. No, you're not. You're gonna bring them to the white man. You play that next videos of, look, this is what they gonna do to your kids in these schools. 14 right there.
Taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? I don't see the problem.
That's educational programming for kids from unaccredited conservative nonprofit PragerU, which is part.
Oh, it said a slave is better than being killed.
Run it back for them. This is Prager University. This is what they teaching the kids.
Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? I don't see the problem.
That's educational programming for kids from unaccredited conservative nonprofit PragerU, which is partnering with the White House right after deep funding cuts to PBS. Already, PragerU videos are approved for use in classrooms across several states, though most districts haven't implemented them, likely because the lessons are widely criticized for being factually inaccurate. The material promotes a whitewashed history that minimizes and justifies slavery, pushes anti-LGBTQ+ and anti-diversity messages.
Right there. Go to the next one. Go to the next one.
Indoctrination.
I hate slavery too, but it's been a reality everywhere in the world, and even now. And
you see what they put? Now look at this. You think this ain't affecting adults as well? What have grown Caucasians, you gotta call them Caucasians, have said on TikTok and Instagram? Slavery was all over the world.
All over the world.
It's an ancient thing that was happening. I'm not saying it was right, but slavery existed before America. Even white adults are regurgitating the same thing these kids shows are saying. So what does that let you know? That when they are exposed to this as kids, their cogitation will never change. They're going to repeat the same thing. They're going to think the same way. It's bred in them. This is how it's bred in them. And what they're doing, they try to bring our kids right along with that mentality, that thinking. Yeah, man, it was wrong. But, man, I'm glad to be here in America with a white man's last name. Go ahead, play it again.
1910, it's still happening in other countries. Despite our nation not always living up to our declaration that all men are created equal, I am still so proud.
Oh, no, they're living up to their declaration. Because when they made that declaration, they didn't consider us as people. Remember, we was 3/5 of a man, less than human. So no, they're living up to it.
Yeah.
But they want you to be deceived and confused.
And thankful to be an American.
Even though you were a slave?
Exactly. Because I was, and not anymore. America.
This is what they teaching your kids in the school.
I'm proud to be American, even as a slave. Because I was a slave and I'm not anymore.
How do you know we still slaves? You still got the names of the slave masters as your last name. You still a slave. You just got certain freedoms and rights. You know what you got? You got an all-time hall pass. You remember when they used to give a slave pass to go from plantation to plantation so that the paddy rollers wouldn't snatch you up or somebody would take you and hang you. You belong to Johnson. That's Johnson's boy. That's Thompson's boy. Look at the note that he got. They got it in 12 Years a Slave. They be showing it. You had slave notes. Right now, the rights you got is an all-time hall pass for you slaves to run around and be wherever you want to. That's all it is.
Hey, that's heavy you said that. Hey, get Daniel 9, read verse 12. Because you will hear them say, well, slavery happened all across the earth. It happened all over the world. But here's the difference. Read that.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges.
The words that were confirmed was, when you read the verse above, what was written in the law of Moses. Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, was confirmed. We went into slavery on slave ships. Our nationality was taken. We became proverbs and bywords throughout all the earth. Read on.
Which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us.
Watch this, read.
By bringing upon us a great evil.
Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, read.
For under the whole heaven.
It says, for under the whole heaven, the whole earth, read.
Have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem.
Ain't nobody been afflicted like the Israelites under the whole heaven. Because, okay, slavery happened throughout all the world. The difference is, those people still retain their nationality. They still retain their heritage, their name,
culture.
Ours was taken to the point to where we're saying, I'm proud to be an American, even as a slave.
Man,
I'll tell you, ain't nobody been destroyed.
Now listen to this.
Like
Listen, check this out. If you heard a Jewish man say that he was proud to be German.
Oh man,
this dude crazy.
You would say, oh yeah,
this
dude
dude
crazy.
This dude crazy right here. What's going on right here?
Yep.
Sheesh. But when we say it was like, man, that's a good boy right there. Finish out that video, man.
It was one of the first places on earth to outlaw slavery, and hundreds of thousands of men gave their lives in a war that resulted in my freedom. So
hold on.
To outlaw, and not anymore. America was one of the first places on earth to outlaw slavery, and hundreds of thousands of men gave their lives in a war that resulted in my freedom. So
he said America was one of the first places to outlaw slavery.
No way.
No, it wasn't. And when they did, quote unquote, abolish slavery, right after that came the Black Codes. Then right after that came Jim Crow.
Yep.
And then right after that, you
convict list system,
all that prison, school to prison pipeline, redlining.
And on top, this is what they leave out. This is the lies that they are telling us to make us love them and cast down our own history. They paid every one of them slave owners for each individual.
Yes, they gave the slave owners reparations.
They gave the slave owners reparations. Wow. That's crazy. Body guy was like, wow. I didn't know. Yes, they did.
yes, I am proud and thankful.
They want black people to be proud and thankful for that.
Yep.
Woo.
Go to that
evil world we live in.
Now watch this. You think they really not doing that? Oh yeah, they are. Go
Oklahoma is taking its war on woke to a new level. It's now going to test incoming teachers from New York and California, teachers who are coming there from those states, with an America First exam. The state's superintendent says the 50-question test, which covers government, religion, and gender, will screen.
Right now, y'all may not know this about Oklahoma, but Oklahoma is 50th in the United States in education.
Oh, yeah.
They are the lowest rank. And that means they are the most uneducated people in all of America. The kids.
Wow. And this is spiritual, too. They are the reddest state in America.
Yep.
Meaning it's all the same. We know Democratic, Republic, it's all the same. But I just find it the Esau is the great red. They are the reddest state.
Oklahoma has the most uneducated kids in all of 50 states.
Facts.
And look what this, they're going to be even worse because now they making sure black kids don't know nothing about themselves. Native American kids don't know nothing about these. Hispanic kids don't know nothing about themselves, because when they come through their school system, the teachers are going to have to be what you want to say on board with the agenda.
Right. The agenda that you
can't teach here unless you're on the agenda of keeping these Israelites sleep.
And you got to think, because you got to think of the history of Oklahoma and the amount of black towns that was in Oklahoma, because everybody hears about Black Wall Street and you think it wasn't just Black Wall Street. There was dozens and dozens of black
people
towns
don't know that
in Oklahoma. It's the reason why they oppress black people the way they do in Oklahoma, because they don't want that. They don't want that fear, that rise of Black Wall Street and the history and the evil that they did, not only to Judah, but also to Native Americans. Remember, Killer of the Flower Moon, all that. Listen, all that happened during around the same time as Black Wall Street was bombed. When they was bombing Black Wall Street, they were still in the land from Gad in the same area. And they don't want that history to come out.
A lot of our people don't even know them as true story movies.
Yeah.
It's just entertainment. Go ahead, finish it out.
Screen out, quote, woke indoctrinators with left-wing views. Conservative media nonprofit PragerU helped create the test. They also put together teaching material for the Oklahoma school system. This is a lot.
It is a lot. Look, this
so
is
those videos we just watched are going to be
for
first
years now.
tested in
You and I have
Oklahoma.
covered. We've talked about these stories, the way in which the right, from sort of a local level up to the very top of our politics, has tried to change our educational system. But for so long, the politicians, the players, the teachers that I spoke to in these spaces, they said, well, this is really about supplemental material. Originally, when Oklahoma brought PragerU into the school system, that's kind of how they described it. Well, we already have to teach all this liberal stuff, but now they'll get exposed to some conservative viewpoints. But this is a very interesting shift because PragerU is now essentially going to be involved in the teacher certification and approval process.
There you go. Give me that in 2 Maccabees 7 real quick. This is why that all of us, parents, husbands, fathers, mothers, wives, this is why you've got to apply this. 2 Maccabees 7 and verse 27. This is why this has to be done. We are at war, brothers and sisters. You asleep out here in this war. Go ahead.
This is war.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 7 and verse 27.
Let's go.
But she bowing herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn, spake in her country language on this manner: O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee suck 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up unto this age, and endured the troubles of education.
That's what we got to do in these times at war. We have to endure the troubles of education, man. If not, our kids are really going to go to school and learn that it was okay for us to be here. And why should I? And you know what it leads to? It leads to, why should I repent if it was okay for us to be brought here as slaves? Ain't nothing wrong. Look at where we came from. Look at how good it is now. Why should I repent? That's what they're trying to do. Disconnect you from God. Remember, this is a spiritual battle against spiritual wickedness in high places. This is Satan that is behind Trump and all those that follow after his way to push this agenda. Satan is behind this to cut off us from being a nation. We'll get that later. Go ahead.
Hey, get 2 Timothy 2, verse 3. I want to read this because you made a heavy point about enduring the troubles of education with our children. You see what they're trying to do in the school system. You got to realize your enemy is not going to teach your children the truth or what they should be learning according to the Bible. And us as parents, this is what we got to remember. Read that.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ.
So the scriptures tell us to endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. Think about your children. You sending them to public schools and to the belly of the beast for 8 hours a day. These are children. The scriptures let us know endure hardness as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. What was the age for a man to go to war?
20.
20. You sending children who don't know how to war, don't know how to do warfare yet, ain't been built up right into the warfare, into the battlefield, and you wonder why they all jacked up. Read the next verse.
No man that warreth.
No man that what?
That warreth.
No man that warreth. We are at war. Some of us adults is getting jacked up in the war, but we think our children are equipped and apt to survive. Look what they're doing in these public school systems.
Yep.
That's just the message for those. He that hath an ear, let him hear We have to endure the troubles of education in teaching our children because we're at war. Because not only are they getting that from the teachers now, that slavery wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad thing. Slavery was a good thing. On top of that, all the peer pressure outside of what the teacher is telling them. It's a straight up warfare, and you wonder why they jacked up.
Yep.
Message.
Go to that next video of what this black dude says about slavery. Look what he says.
Thing that the common person knows about slavery is a sanitization of how bad slavery in America is.
Oh, so he said what?
It's a sanitization. I mean, it's watered down. That's the clean version of what you do know about slavery.
Oh, no.
Is the clean version of how bad it was. They can't put some stuff in movies because they won't let it play.
Now, think about how vile and evil this man was. Think about it. They had no no filter to what they could do to a slave. Like you needed like the most evil, wicked thing you think you could do to a person. Go past that.
Yep.
And that's what they were doing to slaves. A lot of the stuff that was undocumented, like the stuff you see in movies, some stuff they can't put in there because it was that vile. I'm telling you,
we need
this
somebody,
is an evil man.
You know what? We need Jordan Peele. Tell Jordan Peele to make a movie that is a slave movie that was just as accurate and just as graphic as White Man Passion of Christ, like Mel Gibson.
Man,
make a slave movie that's just as graphic as that White Man Jesus Passion of Christ.
I will say
they won't even give him no money.
Django had a clip of how vile they thought. It didn't show it, but the coon came in there when he was hanging upside down and said, man, they've been talking about all day and all night how they gonna kill your black behind. They said cut his balls off. Hey, do this. You don't think that they did that all the time? They just sitting there while they drinking some whiskey or doing this, talking about how they gonna skin or whatever they gonna do, how they gonna kill your black behind. And they thinking of crazy ways.
Yeah.
Feed him to the dog. No, skin him alive.
Cut it off and let him bleed to death.
Cut his balls off and let him bleed to death. This, that, and third.
Crazy, man.
So they're talking about, and that happened for hundreds of years. I'm telling you.
Watch this. Look what he says. Run it back a little bit. Let it play from the beginning.
Everything that the common person knows about slavery is a sanitization of how bad slavery in America actually was.
The average person doesn't know that slaves had their body parts used for furniture, their bones melted down into grease for people's hair, their craniums made into cups for ceremonies. People would pay to get pleasure from their lifeless bodies. But national museums are under review because some people think they talk too much about how bad slavery was. When I was taught about the civil rights movement, no one told me that in the same time.
Think about the medical apartheid and all they call their advancements on health and things. What do you think that who they were studying on? Who do you think they were experimenting on? Because to you, you were an animal. You were just like a lab rat.
Yeah.
Dang.
Go ahead. Let's play.
Period. Black bodies were being used for experiments by the government. Even when they told me protesters got sprayed with fire hoses, they didn't tell me the water pressure was high enough to shred human flesh. If that makes you feel bad, good, because slavery was a bad thing. And now that you know the story, you can do something. If you choose to ignore your past, it's only a matter of time before your future becomes the stories you left behind.
Sheesh. Get that in Deuteronomy 32 for the people, man. We got to bring out, and look at this. We ain't going over no deep stuff. You don't need no problem. You need to, like Ezra did. He said, I worry about the things that pass me, that are in front of me. That's where we got to be at right now, man. And watch this. Deuteronomy 32. Right now, we got to focus on this. Deuteronomy 32, I think it's verse 8. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 7.
Remember
the days of old.
Remember the days of old. Remember your history. Remember how bad it was, man. Learn about it. Read on.
Consider the years of many generations.
Of how long it was. Go ahead.
Ask thy father, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee.
And where are we going to learn about that at? We're going to learn about that in the Bible. Deuteronomy 28 is going to tell us about that. Maccabees is going to tell us about that. We're going to learn about those things in the Gospels, in the prophets. We're going to learn about how bad it really was. These are our fathers. And you know what? The leaders are going to be able to expound on what our fathers said because we've been learning from our fathers to give you the sense of the scriptures. That's what we're doing. Now, give me that next video of this young guy right here. Don't pay attention to his shorts.
A Confederate statue.
Pause it. Don't pay attention to his shorts. Don't be distracted by those, y'all. He's smart. He's on the side of black people, but his clothes a little jacked up. Go ahead, play it.
The Trump administration is reinstalling a Confederate statue.
They ripped down a statue that was 110 years old. Beautiful piece of art.
We're putting statues back. We're putting paintings back. We're recognizing our history.
Okay. Let's talk about it. So you may have seen that President Trump announced that he will be restoring a Confederate monument in D.C. that had been removed back in 2020. But I think the question is, how did we get Confederate statues in the first place? Well, behind me is a Confederate monument here in Nashville, Tennessee. And the fact that this thing even
we not in disagreement putting them back up. Put them back up. Remind people of where they are. Yes. Remind people of who they are dealing with, that they walk around amongst every single day. Remind them. What we need to know is, why are they there? Where do these statues come from? What do they represent? Right. That's what we need to know about the statues. Not just it's just stone. No, we need to know what it's about, what it represents. It'll tell you more about the mindset of the people you are around. Go ahead, play it.
Exists is pretty telling, so let's go check it out. Confederate monuments are weird, in part because of what people choose to put on them. Like the word one, which Confederates knew nothing about. Just a bunch of losers. Or this Confederate statue right in front of the Tennessee State Capitol. In a bizarre twist, this one suggests that this Confederate slave owner is in heaven right now. Hey, I promise you he is not. But what's also weird is when people choose to erect them. Take this one, for example, which was dedicated on June 19th, 1909.
You don't find that suspicious?
That year happens to coincide with the height of Confederate statues being erected all across the country. But I'd argue that it's not just when these things were erected, but where they were erected and why they were erected. So the SPLC recently compiled a bunch of data about this stuff, and they found that a ton of Confederate monuments were erected on or near courthouse grounds between the years 1898 and 1918, which makes a lot of sense when you consider that courthouses, the seat of legal authority in this country, were exactly the location where black people were picking fights for our civil rights. And once we
Not only that,
where you went to protest, they put up a white man statue.
Not only that, and research in a lot of these towns where the courthouses are was where the slave auction block was. Understand that. Do some research. I did it where I'm from. That was where they sold slaves.
Go ahead. Well, in those places,
so it's no coincidence they would put those Confederate statues
right
there.
And the fight shifted toward integration, Confederate monuments started popping up at schools. Basically, over the last 125 years, these monuments.
When black folk went into white school, when they integrated the schools, they put up a Confederate statues in front of the schools, y'all. Go ahead.
And this was my point earlier. White people don't think like black people do. Because black people will think, oh, they put them statues there because we was there protesting civil rights. No, they put them statues there as a reminder that this is where they sold your black behind. This is where the auction blocks were, for a reminder to their children that, hey, this is where we sold such and such and such and such at. They do these things to remind them of their history. Understand that?
Yep. Go ahead.
Were like a bigoted bat signal, a kind of warning shot, a way for racists to mark their territory. And the Confederate monument that Trump is obsessed with in D.C. is a part of that history. The monument honors Albert Pike, a man widely believed to be the leader of the Arkansas Ku Klux Klan. That monument was erected in 1901 in D.C.'s Judiciary Square, just across the street from a statue of Abraham Lincoln.
You don't find that suspicious?
My point is that when Confederate monuments go up, it's a sign of the time, a little Freudian slip.
Right there, I wanted him to get to that name of Albert Pike. Can you pull up the images about Albert Pike? Because people don't know who this dude is. That's him right there. That's Albert Pike right there, and his statue is being put up right back in front of the White House or whatever place he said that where you can look at the Lincoln one. Right, go to the next image to show what Albert Pike is. It that one? Okay, look at this. So Albert Pike is responsible for the KKK. He was a part of that.
Part of it, right?
The KKK, the original Ku Klux Klan, was formed in Pulaski, Tennessee.
Yes, it was.
On December 24th. Remember, Trump said we putting back up his statue that he was a part of. He hated black folk. He was one of the leaders of the KKK during his time. were putting his statue back up in 1865. Can you pull up the next image to show us when did slavery end? December 6, 1865. Go back one. Go back one. How many days is that? You got 4, 14, 8, 18
within
days
the same
later
month.
in the same month. 2 and almost a half weeks.
And what
they had the KKK.
What a lot of people don't know, because I'm from that area. The KKK was already originated before it was officially done. They just went under a different name, and they formed the name Ku Klux Klan once slavery was abolished. But they had already been moving because they were the police for slave owners. They were slave catchers before they were the Ku Klux Klan. A lot of people don't know that history, but if you go to Pulaski, white people will remind you, before the Ku Klux Klan, we did good. We were the police, and we used to, catch slaves and things of that nature. That wasn't good.
No,
not for black people. It was good for white people.
No.
A lot of people don't know that.
Go back to that other image. They created Ku Klux Klan December 24th, 1865. Slavery ended December 6th, 1820. Look at it. Read the next part right after the date on there. Read that.
It says it was certified on December 18th, 1865.
Man, damn. Just 6 days later, they had the Ku Klux Klan up and running in Pulaski, Tennessee.
Yep.
As soon as you got out of slavery, watch this, Ezekiel chapter 35.
Yep.
As soon as you was ready to leave the plantation, the KKK was waiting on black folk. Ezekiel 35 verse 2 on down, man.
Because a lot of people don't know that same area, that's where Andrew Jackson is from, Columbia, Tennessee, which is like 20 minutes from Pulaski.
Yeah.
James K. Polk, all of them, they were right in that area. They were all part of this. Don't get it twisted.
And y'all think that we racist for bringing out the history. As soon as your ancestors were ready to leave the plantation, December 18th, go back to the KKK one. 8 days later, 6 days later, the KKK was ready for them to walk off. Ezekiel 35:5.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5.
Come on.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
That's what you call perpetual hatred. You done had us enslaved for 350 years already, and we about to go into Jim Crow. And we can't have no peace from these people.
Right.
No, God said these people got a perpetual hatred. Read on.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
The KKK killed many Israelites. Many spilled the blood of the saints of Christ here in America. Read on.
By the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
When God said it's time for them to get up out of slavery, just like when we was in Egypt, and he said, it's time for my people to come off of this plantation in Egypt. What did the Egyptians do? They chased them down and wouldn't let them go. When it was time for us to walk off the plantation, what did this Edomite say here in America? We not letting them go.
Dang.
It's the same spirit, the same demons, man. Back on the earth again. Back on the earth again. Let's go to that at next video. Now watch this, what this Edomite says. We only use Edomites so you black folk that hate us, they'll confirm what we saying. So you'll believe a little bit of what we say because the white man say it, and then eventually you keep believing a little bit of what we say, and then you come to repentance. We gotta have a white man be out there and be our front car, like what was that movie called Bankers?
Oh yeah, Bankers. They had the Edomite was the face, but they ran it in the
That's
back.
what we got to do for y'all to believe what we say out the Bible, because you don't believe black folk.
In the last couple of days, I've gotten tons of hate mail from black Trump voters. Now, right off the bat, if you're black and you voted for Trump or you're still supporting Trump, you are delusional. If you think Trump, I've known Trump for 30 years. If you think he's pro-black people,
oh no,
you're completely delusional. I've been to Mar-a-Lago, I don't know how many times.
Man. But you've been calling us haters. You've been calling us crazy for telling these black folk that's even voting, not even just for Trump. The Israelites been telling y'all are delusional. The white man got to tell you delusional. Go ahead, man.
And I've never seen a black person there. And Mar-a-Lago is a huge place. There's 1,000 people there when I go there when I used to go there for a fundraiser or an event. Right. Never seen a black person. I've never seen a single black person there.
Mar-a-Lago. That's his place in West Palm.
Yeah, his resort or whatever it
That's
is.
his plantation. That's the big house
that's
for
the
white
big
folks.
house.
He said, ain't no black folk ever been there.
Nah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Trump is not a fan of black people, but you probably didn't see this. If you're still supporting him, you probably didn't see how he snuck this in a couple of days ago. So a couple of days ago, if you're not familiar, Trump pulled back the law that kept federal workers in federal buildings from segregating bathrooms, drinking fountains, work areas from blacks and whites or any other race. Okay, it was always black and white, but that's what the law says. He pulled it. Okay, now we're going back to the days of the early 60s, late 50s, 1950s and before, where there were black colored water fountains is what they called them for coloreds, and white water fountains and restaurants.
See, this is what you black folk don't understand. You sitting out here praising the policies and legislation that Trump is passing. Man, you know, we're taking away DEI. We're taking away affirmative action.
Right.
It's based on your merit and your skills. See, you agreed to that. And then the white man says, see, these black people, they okay with what we're doing. Let's take back other stuff that came from the 1965-68 Voting Rights Act. Let's peel back more of the rights. See, you thought it was going to stop right there. You thought the white man loved you so much that he said, man, you black people could do for yourself. Y'all are smart. We're going to take away all the things that made it a little bit that you had a chance, not even equal.
Right.
We're going to take away the things that even gave you a chance to be successful.
The illusion of segregation.
Outside of being a damn internet fool called an influencer, we're going to take away anything that gave you a chance. You didn't think that you thought they was going to stop there. White man said, oh, no. This is just the beginning. Trump doing stuff that y'all don't even know about, black folk. And y'all still loving him, putting y'all trust in a nation that can't save y'all instead of trusting in God.
Right.
Let it play out some more.
And now in federal buildings, they can discriminate against you. Okay, let me tell you, if you didn't know that, let me tell you what's next. It's coming. Watch. The Civil Rights Act of 1964. Now, if you don't know your history, that's what Martin Luther King died for, basically. Okay, that's what John Lewis used to march in the streets for. Jesse Jackson, all these guys fought for this to give so people could not discriminate. The government couldn't discriminate, citizens couldn't discriminate, companies couldn't discriminate against people of color. Okay, if he pulls that, we're headed back to 1950. And if you're black, you ain't gonna like it. Let me tell you. Okay.
This is for you black folk that said, man, America, make America great again.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Trump talking about.
And that's what he doing.
That's exactly what he doing right up under your noses while you're out here sounding like this, defending white talking points against black folk like Amanda Seals on the Jubilee thing. If you don't know your history, black history at that, you're gonna sound like this guy we're gonna play next. Play that video.
That happens at all.
Run it back so everybody can hear it.
No one here is in.
Are you acting right now? Do you really believe
I'm telling
this?
the truth. There's no systemic racism that I've experienced here in America. What system is racist? I think the only racism we've actually seen recently, systemic racism that we've seen, is the application of systemic racism against white people. The University of Western Washington.
See, this is what you're gonna sound like.
Wow.
You're gonna sound like
the
this.
only racism he's seen recently
is black people against white people.
Is white people experiencing systemic racism.
Go to the next image. Did you pull up the image so people can know what systemic racism is? We got to read it real quick.
He must have a Caucasian mother.
No. Both his parents are black, but they from Angola.
Damn.
They from Africa. They didn't grow up here.
What I would say
you sound like
as
this.
far as systematic racism, right? I think most of us would agree that at the very least it has occurred in this country.
Okay.
Right? You know, we've had slavery, we've had Jim Crow segregation, all these different things.
Yeah.
I think my argument would be that right now in modern America, I don't think at the very least it's not as prevalent as it has been to where it could stop us from being successful. Okay. I would say that it's not a thing anymore where it needs to be talked about so much and so much attention focused on it. I don't think that currently there is systematic racism in a way that it's going to be harmful to us. You know, like I said, to stop.
See, when you don't know your history, you'll sound like this. Go to the example. No, not that one. The examples. The next one next to it. This is what you sound like. You don't even know your history. You say stuff like that. I don't think it affects us. I don't see anything about it. What systemic racism you talking about? This is what it's talking about. Because these are all Gen Zers right here. These are Gen Zers. This is the generation of zombies.
Zombies, yes.
Some common examples include residential segregation, bias policing and sentencing, disparities in education funding, unequal access to quality health care, unfair lending practices, and environmental injustice. The one I want to focus on is that biased policing and sentencing is a form of systematic oppression. You know what? We black folk, we don't know nothing. We just ignorant Negroes. Can you play the white woman? Play the white woman for him.
It's time to speak up. I have been involved in the criminal justice system since 1997. I've been a prosecutor and I've been a defense attorney. And if anyone out there thinks that our criminal justice system is blind to the race of the person in front of it, it's because you've had zero experience with the criminal justice system. I can tell you from personal experience that if my client that I'm representing is black or brown, I have to work twice as hard to make sure that their rights are protected. And even then, with all of the efforts, they generally get harsher sentences than a white client who is charged with the exact same thing. So all of you that are out there saying, well, there's more black arrests because they commit more of the crimes, shame on you. But thanks for at least letting your racism be on full display so we know who we're dealing with. Go out there and love your neighbor, especially today.
Yeah, no systemic racism. Let the white folk tell you that are actually lawyers. Yes, it is. Yep, yes, it is. No, can you go to go back up to the images? Understanding. Where is it at? Yeah. This is right here. Watch this about systemic racism. Understanding systemic racism requires acknowledging how historical injustices and present-day structures intersect to create and maintain racial disparities. What's the key word we want out of there? Acknowledging.
Yep.
Black folk don't want to acknowledge
because in that same video that we showed of the two chocolate-covered Edomites saying that systemic racism didn't exist. She had brought up the example because when you another one was talking about unjust lending practices. She had brought up about the black couple that they used Caucasians to go and say, basically it was an ad. It was the house they had.
Oh yeah,
they
they're
had
trying to sell their house
on the walls.
Yeah,
like they had their furniture still in there, so it looked like a black home.
Yeah,
they got a lower appraisal value than a home that appeared to be Caucasian home or a Caucasian house.
Yeah,
that right there is systematic. That's that right there lets you know that there's a bias, there's a difference. Systemic racism exists.
Yep.
And they didn't acknowledge that at all.
Nope, not at all. See, the word systemic, I don't think it needs to be talked about. Where is it happening at? You have to acknowledge that it's even there for you to notice it. That's like closing your eyes and walking blindly. You don't know that there's danger in front of you because you got your eyes closed. Open your eyes, brothers and sisters.
And when you bring up these examples, they'll say, well, that's just that one. That's not all.
Yep.
No, it is all.
It is exactly right. Let me see. We got a video after this. Yeah, play that next video right there.
People going to understand the difference between systemic issues and personal responsibility. If you're like me, these Amanda clips on
pause it real quick. You see what it says at the top? Individualism is destroying us. That's why they can't acknowledge that systemic racism is going on for our people that speak like this, because they have separated themselves from their nation.
Yes.
They have the same skin tone as us, the same hair texture. Some of them talk like us. You know, the first one changed his mouth, his vernacular to sound like an Edomite. You know, that things like that happen, but they separated themselves from it. They're individualizing it, and now that's y'all over there. This is me over here. Why can't you come over here with me? Watch what this guy says here. Go ahead.
We're just saying some things.
Can we turn it up?
They have such a hard time comprehending and just not even believing that forces outside of themselves have an effect on them. And I'll never really understand why people have that perspective, because do they not see in their own personal lives how they have an effect on their friends, on their family? Like they always come back to, oh, it's your own personal responsibility to be affected by this and that. So in order to believe that, you also have to think that you yourself have no power over other people, which is just a wild take. I think we need to understand how all of us are affected by policy, rhetoric,
There
and
you go.
other things that affect us even if we don't want them to. The game is to seduce us into individualism, so people blame themselves instead of the failings in the world in which they're living in.
Stop it right there. Now he makes a whole lot of sense. We're not saying don't take accountability for the things that we have done as a nation, because we have sinned against the Lord our God. But you cannot take away the reason of how the black community is.
Right.
Black folk didn't put heroin in Harlem in the 70s. That was given to them by the police right after civil rights. Black people didn't put crack into the black neighborhood in the 80s. That was the CIA that did that. Black people,
they don't have access to military grade weapons.
There you go. In Chicago, there's no gun shops in Chicago to say. Those guns are placed there by their oppressors. The 90s, the 3-strike rules. You give them crack in the 80s, they sell it because they can't get jobs, and they turned around and took away 2 generations of men out of the household that are still, a lot of them still in prison right now, or maybe just got out in the last 10 years and they've been institutionalized. They don't know how to be fathers. The 2000s racially profiled us. There's a cause and effect to the things that of why we are the way we are. And we have made ourselves susceptible to those things because we have taken pleasure in sin. And that's what we are here to do, is to get our people to repent and come out of the sins. Revelation chapter 18, verse 4, because that's always been the cry of God from the beginning when he sent the prophets. Stop sinning. Yes, those things are around us, affecting us, but take accountability. You choosing those things and they using it to destroy you as a nation. Read that, Revelation 18:4.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Come out of America's ways. And what he says, when he says come out of her, what does he mean, come out of her? Keep reading.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
Separate yourself from the sins of America. They put crack in the black community. Get off the drugs. Don't take their dope no more. They put the heroin, don't take it. They put the foul music in your ears through the radio. Don't take their sin no more. Stop making ourselves an easy prey for them to destroy us even more. That's what they're doing. Don't be ignorant to the fact that the way your people act right now, it's a cause from that. They doing this stuff to us. We got to acknowledge those things in order to change. All right. Hey, give me that other video. We almost finished here.
Not a victim.
Refuse to embrace a victim mentality, because that's not what our grandparents and Harriet Tubman and those people fought for. They fought for equal opportunity.
Do not bring up Harriet Tubman's name in vain, baby, please.
They said the Lord's name in vain. The Lord's name.
Harriet Tubman was literally saving her family and others from slavery.
Yeah. You know who helped her? White people.
Stop.
Hey, he got that from the movie. Remember they redid the movie, the latest Harriet Tubman movie.
Oh yeah.
And they had Esau as the savior, Harry, Esau as the savior. That's what he got there.
See, this is the mindset that we got. Let it finish. Let her listen to how she rebuttals to. This is a woman that got some kind of consciousness of we, not me mentality.
Who helped her?
They were on the Underground Railroad.
Who helped her?
Come on in.
You know who helped her?
God and
people who benefit from white supremacy.
Boom.
One of the things
it's a lie. White supremacy is a lie.
No, sir,
it's
that's simply not true.
See,
white supremacy is a lie.
You can't. This is the mindset you have when you've forgotten your own history and you have sided with your enemy. Go ahead.
He said white supremacy is a lie. Tell that to Trump. Who's taking slavery out of the Smithsonian's and out of the book, and there ain't nothing a black person can do about it.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. There's nothing you can do about it.
Read that in Sirach chapter 12. I want you to read verse 10 and 11. Watch this.
The book of Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10.
Come on.
Never trust thine enemy.
God said, don't trust your enemy, man. Don't trust your historical enemy, which we know is the white man, the Asian man, the Arab man. They are historically been our enemies because they benefit from the white supremacy, that the oppression that has been placed on us by the hand of Edom first and foremost. Read on.
For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Right. God said, don't trust your enemy, because if you do, you're going to get caught up. You're going to realize one day, man, I thought that they were better than what they are, but when I wipe the glass to see them for who they really are, man, they still my enemies. They've been putting on a front in front of me to get me to lower my guards, to speak like them, to defend them against my own people. That's what's going on right now. When you hear people talk like that, you let your guard down, you started trusting them, and now you defend their talking points against your own people, further creating the divide, and all of us live up under the same oppressor. Same one, man. Go to that next video. Watch what this guy says about them.
And disgust that Black people have for Black conservatives has nothing to do with politics. Because Black conservatism has never, ever been about policy. It's about assimilation. You see, because Black people have been the one ethnic demographic in this country that has never been able to assimilate into white culture. You see, unlike every other community in this country, the only way for Black people to assimilate into white culture and into these white spaces is by assimilating into white supremacy. You see, when other cultures want to assimilate into white culture, they don't really have to go as far as being proponents of white supremacy to do so. They really just have to do very small things, like changing the way they dress, changing the way they talk, changing the kind of schools that they go to, the clubs that they hang around, the people that they keep around them, the people that they choose to date. And these are the people that we would call whitewashed, right? These aren't people who aren't Hispanic or Jewish or Asian anymore. They're just more affiliated with white culture than, say, their own. But that tactic doesn't work for Black people. We have to take it a step further if we want to be assimilated into these spaces. So oftentimes, these Black conservatives, they will start echoing things that you don't even hear Fox News say.
Stop right there.
They will.
He said they won't even say this stuff on the news. This is how crazy, wild our people sound trying to defend white people. White people look at you like, whoa, well, do you really say that? Man, this dude's wow. He really is a slave. He's cooked. Go ahead, play this.
Disparage and shit on their own culture.
Hey, you know, example of that, Django with Steffet.
Yes.
That is a perfect
Jesse Lee
example.
Peterson.
Yes, Jesse Lee Peterson. That was a perfect example.
Go back a little bit on this video. Yep.
So oftentimes these Black conservatives, they will start echoing things that you don't even hear Fox News say. They will disparage and shit on their own culture like no white person has ever done. They will go way further than they have to. They will study the history just so that they can lie about it. They will read it on the news just so they can spin it. They will listen to these podcasts, go to these Black spaces, go to classrooms and learn all that they can so that they can spin it. So when you're watching the Jubilee video with Amanda Seales and the 20 Black conservatives, peep game. Because if you notice that entire time, 90% of that conversation was not about policy. It was not about politics.
Yeah.
That was a cultural conversation from beginning to end. And this is why we hate Black conservatives in a way that we don't hate whitewashed Black people. Because whitewashed Black people are playing a game that we know they won't win. They just don't know it yet. So in a way, we pity them.
Listen to this. Yeah.
But Black conservatives, no. They want access to certain kinds of white spaces, and they're willing to shit on their own people and hurt their own people so that they can get access to those spaces.
That's it. That's, you can't trust them. People that think like that, you cannot be around them. You can't trust them. They will sail you up the Ish Creek without a paddle. Don't be around them, man. They start talking like that. Hey, man, we got to vote, man. This is the way, man. We got more. Hey, you better keep an arm's distance from them. Them's the ones that's going to turn on you, God said. Watch this. Give me that in Romans chapter 12. We're going to end it on these two right here. Romans chapter 12, and I want you to read verse 2. You got that mindset right now. You listening to this right here, and this is making sense. Your spirit is bearing witness with these scriptures. The understanding we bringing out from these videos. Look what God says. Read that.
The book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 2.
Read
it out. And be not conformed to this world.
That's what you hear with them people on that Jubilee against Amanda Seals.
Right.
They minds have been conformed to this world. The talking points of their oppressors against their own people. Like he said, they will say anything. They will learn Black history just to lie about it. They will watch the news just to spin it. They will do anything to get in those white spaces to be next to them. Go ahead.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
The Bible's the only thing that's going to renew our mind as a subjugated and oppressed people, to where you don't talk like your oppressor. Them are Black folk that sound white. Your mind ain't renewed. You have their mind in your head. Keep reading. That ye may prove what is good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Romans 13:11. Let's end it on this. Romans 13 and verse 11. Go ahead.
Book of Romans chapter 13 verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
It's time for Black folk to be woke.
Right.
This is the greatest time, the best time for you to be woke. And when you wake the hell up and see the world for what it is,
that's right.
You better find yourself in an Israelite congregation.
That's right.
You better call us. You better email us. You better ask us questions when you see us on the street. You better wake up, because finish out the verse. What does it say on the verse?
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
It's almost over. Christ is on his way. This is the end times. This is the last days. You better wake up out of that sleep before it's too late, because Christ said that he is going to come like a thief in the night. What you doing at night? You sleep a lot of times. Christ, through the mouth of Paul, said, wake the hell up. I'm on my way back, sons and daughters of God.
Right.
All right? So we're going to end it right there for CDI.
Come in, not come in,
Cast it down
imagination.
Come in,
not that Bible, cast it down imagination. Come in, not that Bible, cast it down imagination. Let's go. Israelites on the scene, to let you know. Come in, not that Bible, cast it down imagination. Come in, not that Bible, cast it down imagination. Come in, not that Bible, cast it down imagination.
Wake up, wake up. Can y'all hear me out there? Just wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah.